Hello, English 101 online. I'm glad to have you with me for week 2. So let's get started with moving forward with our materials for this week and starting with our group projects. All right, so here's our Blackboard page. I'm currently on the page that says discussion boards. I can see that a lot of you got your discussion board post done for last week. I am super excited about that. So let me start off by saying that online classes can be a little bit scary jumping into them. All of them work a little bit differently. So there are some of you that have a lot of experience and are already in here ripping and running and ready to start. And there are some of you that are just now kind of getting your feet. So I'm going to ask that everybody just be patient as we just get started, get to know each other, and figure out what we're going to accomplish here this semester. As always, when you get your information from me on Tuesday, I suggest you start by clicking the calendar link. When you do that, we're going to look at week number 2 because that's the week that we're on. You'll see that it says here that this week you should spend the bulk of your time working with your groups, signing up to attend your conference, and submitting your proposal in your group document. And I'm going to show you how to do all of those things. But that is the heart of what you need to be doing this week. So if you're ever wondering, like, what am I supposed to be working on? This is it. So for those of you that were ready to finish the group assignment last week, people aren't late. We're just now getting started. And for those of you who are just now getting able to log into Blackboard and sign up for the class, people are waiting on you. So let's meet in the middle with our timing in these projects. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click back into the discussion board. In the discussion board, as always, there's a link to our weekly materials at the bottom. So if you click that link, you'll see that this week, the link for the video that you need to watch is available. The link to sign up for a conference is available. There's a link to take a class preferences survey, which is really important for a variety of reasons, including it'll give me some information on when to give you conference options, what works for your life. There's a video that you have to watch on Ethos, Pathos, and Logos. And then there's another introduction that kind of just gives you some information about ways that you can think about these concepts. So it's a little bit further into it. All of those things are there for you. This will always be how the class is set up. All right. Also this week, you have discussion board number 2. Just like discussion board number 1, there's a video for you to watch, and then there's information for you to post in a new thread in the message box in the subject line. Your post is due by Monday. It's always available to you on a Tuesday and then due the following Monday. You do have more time to reply, but you have to do that post in order to be able to complete the assignment. So that's kind of the background stuff that's going on. Now let's look at those group projects. So I'm going to go ahead and click the link that says essays and portfolio assignment, and I'm going to go right to our Google Doc. On this doc, you should have been assigned a team. If you haven't, I'm praying you already emailed me, but if not, stop, pause the video and email me now. Right? Particularly if you were late to enroll in the class, you might not be on her yet, but I'm pretty sure by now everybody is. So you should know what group you're in, 1, 2, 3, or 4, in whatever your section is. So right now I'm looking at section number 9. I have 7 English 101 classes. You cannot email me and say, hey, Shantae, I'm in your English 101 class. You are, along with almost 150 other people. I am not going to know what class you're in. So if you want a quick response from me, please tell me your section. I'm looking at IN, which stands for online, 09 right now. Each of you have been assigned to a group. Each group has a Google Doc. So I'm just going to click on the first one here for an example. I went over this in your last week's video so that you have an idea of what's coming. And you'll see that this group has already gotten started, which I think is awesome. Most groups haven't, but you need to really have this proposal due before your conference time. So I'm going to send each group an email this week. And in that email, it will say, if you have not participated with your group by the end of this week, I'm going to remove you from the group. We don't want to start off the semester in that deficit place, right? So that means you need to reply to that email, preferably not reply all, but you can if you have, that's the only thing that you can do, and let your classmates know or your group members know, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. You have a whole notes section in this Google Doc that all of you have access to. Feel free to post pictures that you think would work for this assignment. Feel free to post information on alternative communication methods if that works better for you. But at minimum, every group member should be accessing and using and typing in the doc. And every group member needs to respond to my email if you plan on participating and staying in the class so that we can all get started and moving forward. With that said, the first two things your group should be deciding is what picture you want to use and what time do you want to attend your conference with me next week. So let's look at the link to conferences. I'm back on our Blackboard page, and you'll see that there's a link over here on our left list that says sign up for a conference. It opens into a sign up genius document. This is the feature that we're going to use to sign up for conferences all semester long. So you'll see that several of my classes are ahead and they've already signed up for conference. That means that their group got together and said, hey, this time works best for us. And one of them clicked in here and signed up, put all of their names in the comment line so that they could have that particular slot. As you scroll down, you'll see that there are lots of times available. Some of them are in the morning, some of them are in the evening. I do know that you all have challenging schedules. If at all possible, if all group members can be in one conference, that's great, but it doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes there's one person whose schedule is extra crazy, and if they need to sign up for a separate conference, I can always catch them up on what the group was talking about. So again, consensus is the key. When you figure out which slot works for you, press the button that says sign up. And then at the bottom, you will see that there's this button that says save and continue. You have to do the second part to actually sign up for the conference. In the comments box, put in every group member that's participating, and then only one person needs to put in their email. Once you do that, press sign up now, and that's when your group is going to join me in Zoom. On the day of your conference, it works a little bit differently. So I'm going back to our group docs, right? This is the document that we're going to pull up once everybody is in Zoom. So on that day, you'll get an email from me. There'll be a link that says, hey, use this link to join us in Zoom. At the time that you're supposed to, you'll hit that link. I'll let you in from the waiting room, and all of us will be together to be able to talk about your proposal items. So you'll see that there's a comment to the side, right? It's just got 4 things that have to go in this proposal section, right? Those 4 things, short bulleted list of what your plans are. And we're going to work through them as a group in your conference so that when you leave that conference, I know everybody has a really clear idea of what their responsibility and their timeline is in this project. All right, I think that's it for this week. So again, just a reminder, you have your discussion board, you should be communicating with your group, sign up for a conference, and then work on your proposal. And that's about it. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to respond to this email and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. Have a blessed week.